It needs a lot of passion. You have to be very dedicated. Focus is very important, and also the coordination actually is very much needed to do it. Playing the piano is actually something completely opposite from motocross, but somehow also very much the same, because with your hands you have to be, focused a lot. Like, if you sit down for 30 minutes and you learn a new song, or you try to, play something you already played, it's like very, very demanding for your focus, just because you need to combine both hands and don't make mistakes. And this part is mentally actually very similar to motocross. I'm Jeremy Seewer. I'm a motocross rider and I ride for Monster Energy Yamaha Factory Racing. My passion for motocross came from my dad. Like, he was a rider himself when he was younger, and yeah, that's how I got into it. And honestly, it's a fun story. I was always scared of bikes and I never wanted to ride them, and I always said no, I don't want, till I was like 7 years old. And then here in the garden, I remember well, I tried it for the first time finally, and then after the first time I never wanted to go off the bike anymore. I kept it a hobby till 12, 13, 14 years old. I mean, I did local races, just me and my family, traveling around Switzerland to some races. And then I became Swiss champion on the 65, and we said, okay, I'm pretty good, let's try to keep pushing. And I started to do the European Championship, the live as a professional motocrosser. And beside all of that, I was always going to school like every other kid in Switzerland, until I was actually 20 years old. I studied and I did like an apprenticeship of engineering, kind of. So I only became professional when I was 20 years old. Actually, during a race weekend, it's a mix of everything. Depends a bit the time. I mean, sure, there are moments I'm like very focused and I go in my bubble and I really try to focus on what I want to achieve. There are other moments you are maybe a bit anxious, or you are nervous, or you are, just feeling the nerves, which is normal also. But in general, I'm actually quite a relaxed guy, like comparing it with others or whatever. I'm very relaxed, and I try to even have some fun, joke around and be, just free in my mind.
Buongiorno.
The favorite person being here around me is, Chipa, my now ex-mechanic. I mean, he's not only one of the best mechanic there is, also as a person. I've never met such a humble, kind, funny, nice person like him. We had some good times together, and still now we are like big friends. And it's nice, always nice to have him around actually. Motocross is just such a complete sport, the combination with machine and human, and the tracks with the adrenaline, the jumping, the start. It's just the whole combination, I think, which makes it so special, and the atmosphere with like the fans, you know. I've been at many other motorsport events, and motocross, I think, keeps being very special, and to be a rider and witness this and be in front of these fans and be able to put on a show and feel the adrenaline and like perform well, it's just like one of the most amazing feeling there is. Like, I think there's nothing in the world which can replace this kind of feeling when you race in front of thousands of fans, and yeah, you can do a good result, and you cross the finish line, and that feeling is just something irreplaceable. I mean, you know, coming home from a race, even though it's maybe the worst race of my life, or even if you win, whatever it is, you come back and yeah, you see the donkeys or whatever, and you have a smile, you know, you are just happy for no reason, you know, just you are surrounded with a good feeling, that's all, you know.
Maurice and James.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I grew up living in Switzerland, being surrounded by mountains, but I didn't appreciate it. Then I moved to Belgium and I realized it's all flat there, and then I started to miss this, and now I really appreciate this, what we have here in Switzerland, thanks to actually moving away from Switzerland. So going out there now, I mean, I rarely have time for it, so if I do it, it's really, you know, the mountain is just quiet, peaceful, you know, it feels like the time is standing still, and you know, you are breathing like fresh air. You have such a big feeling of freedom because you stand on top of it and beautiful Switzerland with all the mountains and lakes.
It's very typical sausage, the Mietenschübli, you know?
Bitte. Merci.
Also, beide lachen, okay.
Feel like you are on top of the world, so it just gives you that freedom, and you start to have new ideas, or you start to dream about things, or it just opens your mind and yeah, gives you motivation and calms you down in many ways, and that's just what the mountains give me, and I think it's something really special.
Il numero 91, il pilota svizzero Jeremy Seewer.
I mean, my big dream and goal is still to become world champion, and I'm not giving up until I did that, you know. And honestly, beside that, especially now, that consumes so much time already that there is not much else in life. Like, there are so many sacrifices and many things we have to, you know, we can't do. But still, this is my big dream. And if for me it's 24/7 only motocross, I think after half a year I will be like, don't talk about this anymore, I want to stop, you know. So that's why I have this balance, and I have like quite a normal life, let's say, beside motocross.
Oh, ciao zio! Ciao zio!